Okay.
It's okay that that's in
Yeah. Am I on?
there. Yes.
Oh, I am? Okay. Oh, you know what? I need my laptop. You need the laptop. Hi guys. Hello. Welcome to night 2. I'm alone tonight, and I am so sorry that I'm late, but family always is first, and we're having a little bit of an issue. I'm going to leave it at that. Not with Zadie. She's not in trouble or anything like that, but it's with her cheer squad. And there's just some things going on. And we finally were able to talk to someone important. And the conversation, I had to finally just say, I have to go. But thank y'all very much for allowing me to be a little bit late. Matt, will you let me know who is on? I'm going to pull you guys up on the computer so Matt can follow along. Let's see.
Hey, Kathy, Vicky, Denise, Liz. They're all on. It says you got 15 on so far.
Yay, good.
But
I can't X out of this. Like,
people.
why am I not? Let me X out of this. Oh my goodness. Here we go. How to paint florals. There we are. Let me see if I can find the live. Oh, someone just posted their jacket, their denim jacket. Studio of Troy. Woo! That looks so good. Wow. That looks really, really good. I love. You see?
Yeah.
Doesn't that look good? Your background, your backlight looks really, really good. Where is the live? Oh, who's drawing? I almost said today. Okay, I was so behind, I gave myself a head start. I was going to say when I posted that picture of the flowers today, I was going to say, do not start. Don't start. But you did. Okay, well, that's good. You got your drawing out of the way. That's all right. No scolding here. Let me refresh here. Just need to pull this up for Matt. It's not showing. Why is it not showing? Please hold. Please hold. This is so weird, babe.
Patty's on. Patty Hogan, Lucy Hargis. Hi, guys.
Like, I'm scrolling all the way back. I'm refreshing. Is that me? Oh, there we are. There I am. Way down there. God, no wonder y'all have trouble finding us when we're live. There we go. You love to break the rules. Hi, Lucy. Good to see you. Josie, hello. Susie, Pam, Kim, Christine, Kathy. Yay. Kathy, I'm so glad you're here. Alice, Sonia. Yay. So glad to see y'all. Okay. I'm really excited about tonight. Here you go, baby. There's the computer. All right, so we're going to kind of jump right into this. Actually, no. No. Never mind. Yes, we're going to jump right into it. All right, so Matt has my poppies pushed up there. I think y'all probably saw that I updated my overalls. Matt, can I hold these? Will you hand these to me? Like straight from here. So my sunflowers, these are the biggest sunflowers I've ever done on denim. I don't know what I was thinking last night. I got a little carried away. They're pretty big. They're huge, but I really like them because they're a statement for sure. Definitely a statement piece. But the center was just too small for the crazy Phyllis Diller or silky chicken petals. So I decided to make my centers larger, and I think they look really good with bigger centers. So I just wanted to show you all that, and I went ahead and did my oil-based pen outline as well. So there's like a little boo-boo down there. It was already there. I don't remember doing that last night, but we're just going to hope no one notices that. And hopefully when we paint splatter, that will distract. The paint splatter adds a lot. It's pure white, and so when it gets on here, it makes the color that's behind it really pop. So I really like it. It adds another layer, like the very last layer, and another dimension to it. So that's that. What are you looking at on your phone? Oh, here you go, baby. There you go. Okay, so we are going to get started. I'm probably going to move y'all over here pretty quickly, and we are going to start drawing our poppies. I put in a photo. I took a new photo of the denim poppies that I painted for Lana, who's in this class, and I put in, this is mine that I had taken, and then I put in a different photo today. So I have mine right there in front of me. I'm just going to use that. Maybe I'll just use that, I think. Maybe I'll set this right here just in case. Babe, you can't say that. People can hear you. Yes, they can. Okay, so we're going to start with chalk, and we're going to get started on our poppies because I'm going to do start to finish tonight. I am so proud of all of the creations that I've seen. I am so impressed. And I also wanted to ask your permission. I hope it's okay with everyone if I share your work. If you've posted a photo, do me a favor. If you've posted a photo already and you happen to have a business that when I share in my space, if you'd like me to tag your business name as well, I don't know if that matters to some of you on social media, would you go back and edit your post or put in the comments of your post what your business name is, and I'll do my best to, instead of posting with your name, because most of you are joined under your personal name, so that it feels more like a community instead of a bunch of businesses. But if there's a business name you'd like me to attach to it when I share it, I would love to do that. So I think that's it. I think that's all I have to say. Okay, babe, I'm ready. Let's go overhead. Lots to do this. While he is bringing the camera around, I want to talk to you about the colors that I have. So tonight I'm going to be using Barn Red, Honky Tonk Red. So it's two different shades of red, kind of an earthy red and a very bright red. I'm also going to be using highlighting with an acrylic red that is called Scarlet. And then I'm going to use Black Caviar and Tree Frog Green and Daisy Yellow instead of a green acrylic that I had told you about. I could use the green acrylic, but I'm going to use the other. And then oh shoot, I didn't get the golf. So I also we're going to use fluff on the background and a little bit of the, no, I'm going to use peacock, I think. Yeah, fluff and peacock. You good? Right here? Are we here? I'm going to start about up here. So can you see up here to here?
Yeah, there's a delay.
I know. Yep. Okay. Will you go out to the garage, babe, and get peacock? It's like a teal. It's like the color of a peacock. All right. Okay, so we're going to get started. I'm just going to draw directly on. This is the dark denim. This is probably the darkest denim that I've ever done any work on. And we're going to start with my very upper flower. So if you have not drawn yet, which probably most of you have not, we're going to get started. You can do these. My goal is for you to do these exactly like I'm doing now. And then I hope that you will grow from this. An easy thing to do is, like, if we draw a flower like this one, for instance, that's leaning this way, it's really good practice to try to do that same type of flower leaning the other way. For some reason, going from a left side to a right side is really challenging, but it's really good for you to try that. So that's what we're going to do tonight. So we're going to start up here at the top, and now my inspiration of my poppies came from an actual real poppy. Like today, what is her name? Was it Luna? Who shared photos of sunflowers today? Actual sunflowers. I loved that, and that is where I get my drawings from. I just Google flower photos, actually, and we're going to do another one. We're going to put like a little center spot here, and poppies have lots of overlapping petals. Anyway, I Googled the flowers, and that's where these actually came from, was just Googled images that I tried to capture the shadows and stuff like that on. This one over here, we're going to start up at the outer corner right here, and we're going to bring it all the way around to this one. So it's going to be sort of like a back petal all the way around this way up to here like that.
Amy's still waiting on her paint, but excited to start.
Oh, her paint hasn't arrived yet. Okay, so I think on this one we're gonna do one more little row. I think I have another layer that's right here as well. I don't know that, yeah, we'll take it all the way over to the other side. That's on the inside. So that's really sort of like a petal that's flipped over on itself like that. Kind of cupped over. Okay, so now we're gonna do a flower right over here next to it. Same sort of thing, but with a little bit of a tilt to it. So we'll start with our center about right here. Okay, and we're just gonna take this out like this. There's no specific shape on these. They're kind of rounded with a lot of ripples. Okay, and then we're gonna start here on this one, and we're gonna take it out and around like this, and then the same thing on this one here. We're going to give another little extra line through the middle, and that kind of makes like a cup. You can see here, this is where this flips over and into it. And then we're going to do that big time on the bottom of this one. So this one's a lot of fun. We're going to come over here. We're going to hit up underneath this flower. We're not even going to touch this flower. We're going to touch this flower. And we're going to bring out just a big underlying petal that goes out and all the way up to this one over here. Okay, so we're going to start here, and it just kind of just wave it in and out, just kind of wavy like so, and out to this side like that. Now we're going to make a cup. So we want this flower to look like it came up and over. And the way we differentiate this when we actually paint it is the part that comes over is lighter on this underneath side, and the part that's on the inside is going to be darker. So we want to take it right up next to this, right up next to the middle. I'm going to take it over here and all the way over into this. Okay, so that's sort of like a cup. Now if I want to make this a little bit larger, I can just dip my finger in water if I want. You can also just kind of rub it out. But if you want it to be completely gone, you can just put a little water on your finger. If I want to make that a little bit deeper, because I really like this cupped flower, so I want that to show a little bit more, you can just change it up. I mean, look, I changed my sunflowers today, y'all, and sorry, I got distracted. I changed my sunflowers today, and I'd already painted them. So on this one here, on the inspiration one, I have, which is this one right here. I have this extra little piece in there. This one's kind of tight. I don't really have to add that. If you want to, you can, but I don't have to. So I think I'm not. I think on this one, I'm going to leave it out. It would be kind of tight. I'm just going to bring that over like that. Okay.
Juana's on.
Hi, Juana. Hello, hello.
Is on.
So let's move, while we're doing forward facing ones, let's do another one down here. This one's got a lot going on it. We're going to offset it a little bit. So we got one in the middle, one to the right, and let's just bring it over in just a little bit. Take it, drop it down enough that we can do some of these little tiny pieces that are like this. You want to leave enough room that you can put those in there so it's not too tight. So we'll drop this flower down to about here. I'm going to do a little circle right here. And what should we do first? We will do, let's go up and out. We're going to go up and out, and then we're going to kind of stop right here. And then we're going to start this one. We're going to do the same thing, up and over. We're going to just round it, bring it down, and stop. These kind of remind me of pansy petals as well. Now this one's going to be our big forward facing petal. This whole entire petal is going to show. So we're going to go like this, just kind of curve it out and around. We're going to take the whole thing all the way back to the center. So these two did not come back and meet the center, but this one did. So now we're going to take this petal that's back here in the back. We're going to move over into this one. It's really good to instead of just constantly making like we did when we grew up in school, where you do a petal and you start the next petal here and the next petal here. It's really nice to kind of overlap them. So start back in the back, bring it out. And I think I divided this one up a little bit. But we're just going to take it all the way over like this. Just do one big one, and then we can go ahead and make that dividing line here if we want. We can just bring it down like that. Okay. All right, so what did we do? This one I had another petal that overlapped, but I'm just gonna, every one is a little bit different. So here I'm gonna start here just to sort of bring it out and around like this. Now this one here I'm gonna do a little lip in. So the way you do that is you come to the inside of it and you just add a little lip, and that makes a cup. Now when you're looking at that, you're like, whoa, how do I remember what is what? But if you just have your inspiration photo, which in this case is one of the photos that I've posted for you, or if you're looking at a real flower, you'll be able to see it better than if you're just looking at this right here. So I'm glad someone asked for the inspiration photos.
Lisa
All right.
says, I miss being there in person, such a magical evening.
Who said that?
Oh,
Lila.
Oh,
Aw, Lila, thank you, sweetie. I know, it feels different, right? Just to have us.
Kimberly says she found the video. Hi, y'all, almost in Yellowstone country.
Yay, who is that? Kimberly
Kimberly Wold.
Wold. Hi, sweetie. Was she on last night? I wasn't sure she was on last night? Okay.
Yeah, she was very active.
She was very active, very engaged. All right, so this next one, guys, do you see how this flower looks a little lopsided to me? So we want to fill this in right here. So all you have to do is just kind of, you don't have to, but that's what I want to do. I want to add just a little bit extra here. Can bring it up and out, just like it's a little afterthought, but that just sort of balances our flower out a little bit. Might even take, this other one went out a little bit further. So I think I'm going to make it out a little bit further. Did she say almost in Yellowstone country?
Yeah.
Wow, they're on a trip. I didn't remember that.
Montana.
Oh. Okay, so here we go. We're going to do this other flower right here, which is going to be a poppy that's got a center, and then some of the leaves have started to open up. So we're going to, and I don't want to put it too far over here in the center of the crotch of the leg, so I'm going to kind of put this one right here.
That's a good idea.
What is it?
Laurel says, hi, do you think it would be possible to put the inspiration photo at the top of the screen so that we can see that also?
Oh, sure. Or do you want to put...
You can see it all the way up.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see if the other one is a better photo than this one. I mean, we really could just put the jeans right there, honestly. Here we go. We'll put this one right here. This is good. How's that? Can they see up to here? Because we're going to do these two flowers.
Hang on, I gotta wait till it gets there.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see.
Alrighty. Okay. Thank you, guys. I love your suggestions. You know, honestly, I've never been on y'all's end, so I like to hear the suggestions.
But just a minute, I'll catch the replay on this one. That's Rita.
Oh, Rita. Okay. Okay, sorry, I had to take a big swig of water.
You can even push it farther out if you need to.
Like this?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we're going to work on this petal, this one right here that's kind of got a drop petal. So we're going to start with the part that's standing up, and it's kind of shaped a little bit like a conch shell. So bring that in and out like that. And then this one actually has like a double line. So we're going to put like a little bit of a double line in there. And then we're going to come up here. Well, let's start down at the bottom because we want to keep it above that. I'm going to go like this.
Says, thanks. Kimberly says, love the inspiration.
Yay, I'm glad. And then same thing here, we're doing a little lip on it because we want to make a little, I call them a cup. So a little bit of a cup right there. And now from here, we want to do the part that has fallen out, like a little skirt almost. So we're just going to come down. And the flowers that I drew from were not drawings or paintings, they were actual flowers. So I just went through and found individual flowers and then made my own stems or my own. This isn't really a bouquet. Kind of like to do the stems on the jeans because it's like long. And then there was just this little extra jig part over here like that. So that's that piece. This one probably was a little bit more, pointed up like that. Okay. All right, so then we're going to go down here to the bottom. Now we're down here, Matt. Will they be able to see this down here? And this one is a full bud. It's a tight bud. It hasn't had anything that's fallen open yet. So we're going to do a tight bud. And same thing, we're going to start with the center of it. We're going to bring it up. And we're going to keep this one pretty tight. kind of bringing it in, sort of like a pie shape. Everything comes back into the middle. And then we're going to do the outside petal, bringing it back into the middle. And then this outer one over here is actually wrapped all the way around. So this is, let's see, I gotta get this wet. Sorry. All right, so this goes up and over and out. It's starting to open a smidge, and then it's going to come all the way down and make the bottom of our buds, you kind of round it out and bring it over to the stem like so. So that one actually wrapped all the way around. This one's a little bit thinner than my inspiration one. I'm okay with that. Ooh, my chalk is like nubby chalk. All right, so this is the only one that has a little bit of a green stem on it. So we're just gonna do like a little green stem like that. And we don't really need to do the stems. You don't need to if you don't want to right now, but you can. We're just gonna take that straight down, and this one is straight down like so. This one's right next to it. This one actually kind of goes over and down. And this one here straight out. What, baby?
What are these flowers called?
Poppies. These are poppies. Same thing with this one. You want to take it over a little bit and then down. And you just want to carry these stems. It's going to be a bunch of stems because we still got to put those other little flowers on here. I think this one I made straight, but I think I'm going to erase that. Erase. And this one, I like how it came from the side. The stem came from the side in the inspiration photo. So we're going to start here in the middle, but we're going to bring it this way, like it kind of was leaning like that a little bit. Just a little bit softer than everything being so flat and straight. Okay.
Do you know how many paintings you want?
I don't. Do you want me to ask? Matt wants to know how many of you are painting tonight. Okay, so now we are going to do these little buds. I don't know if these are the little green parts that are sticking up that have maybe already bloomed. Maybe they've already bloomed and they've fallen off, or maybe this is how poppy blooms start. I don't know. Maybe this is where the little, does anyone know? I couldn't tell you.
Laurel and Vicky are painting.
Laurel and Vicky.
So is Kathy.
That's funny that I was just talking to
And Michelle.
Laurel's mom.
And Patty.
Oh, yay. So we have a lot that are painting tonight.
And Josie and Liz. Oh, no. Liz is in traffic.
No, Liz is in traffic. All right, we're going to take this one off to the side here. And you can just be free with these.
Chris is painting. You have a lot of painters tonight.
I do have a lot of painters tonight. It's Friday night. Okay, so we're going to take this up a little bit because we're going to add some that have kind of, can they see down here? Down at the bottom, right here. Okay, also because my table edge stopped right here, all my stems stopped. I don't want that. I want it to be varied. Okay, so one here, one's a little bit longer, one here, like that. That's how I want it to be. Okay. All right, so we are going to do some down here that have fallen over. So you can just pick any of these stems here and use it if you want. Bring it up and over. And for some reason, did you notice that the ones that are higher look more like, the little green things look like a little cup? The ones that were falling over in any of the pictures that I found were pointed. But the ones that were standing upright were more like a cup. I thought that was really interesting, and I have no idea why. So I'm going to use this one as well. Just put that over and down. Okay, and you can do more than that if you want to. If you feel like it's fitting. I think I might do another one right here. I didn't have that on my other one, but I like these little green things. Okay. All right. So that's that. Is everyone kind of there with me? We are now going to do what? What's next? I'm going to take a swig of water and get your Sharpie. Everyone get your Sharpie, and we're going to set our drawing.
Why do you keep making the flowers pretty?
What do I keep what? I see what you're saying because the picture's crooked.
Yes.
Oh.
Well, it's still crooked now, just the other direction. Keep the pants straight.
Can they see all the way up there?
Yeah.
Really? That's amazing. I love the stand. Very cool. Last night, y'all, yesterday, I've been so good about drinking my gallon of water every day, and I was so busy getting ready yesterday that I did not drink water. And I woke up so many times during the night, I was just parched. Plus, I had those olives, those Kalamata olives and those green olives. Whew.
And that weird tasting.
Must have had a lot of sodium in them. In the what?
That weird tasting Italian soda.
It was just sparkling water, babe.
Prickly pear.
Oh, yeah. All right, everybody's got their Sharpie. We are going to just do our outline. That's it. We're just going to work on our outline. So wherever you want to get started, that's fine. You can do your little center circle if you want. But, oh, this is my favorite part. Let's do this. This makes you feel like a real pro. Like, oh, yeah, I'm an artist. I can draw. Look how fast I can draw. I love this part. Lana's probably like, why are you teaching my poppies? Now everybody's going to have on my poppy breeches. I wonder if is Lana on tonight?
I haven't seen her. I'll look.
I wonder if Lana is
I can't get it to scroll.
going to paint these. I know I had a scrolling issue with my live last week.
You looking for Lana?
Yes. Is she on?
Does not look like it.
Called this little skirt. So cute. I forgot to post a picture. Did I post a picture of Lila's in the group as well? Because I sent her photo. And here's our little cup. I loved seeing the pictures from her kids. That was really cool.
Would you suggest painting on black or brown cotton denim pants?
Black or brown cotton denim pant. Oh, but they're denim? Yeah.
Denim.
Yeah. Who's asking that?
I've never seen brown denim. Amy J.
Amy, did you see who posted it today? Look in our group. Look at the post today. Josie Miller. She posted her sunflowers today, and they were overalls, but they were the most, it looked like they were like a coral color, or what color would y'all call that? Maybe no, it was earthy, like an earth tone color. Almost like a terracotta. They were beautiful. They were so, so pretty. All right, you can see down here.
Rust.
They looked lighter than rust. Is that her? Is Josie on?
That was Amy. Josie is on.
Josie, what color would you call your overalls that you painted on last night? They were amazing.
Josie Miller?
Yes.
Yeah. She's painting. She's quite busy painting.
She is really good at painting along. I love that the Sharpie marker doesn't clog up as quickly with the chalk as those oil-based paint pens. They do not tolerate this chalk very much. I tend to go real light on the denim just so I'm not pressing too much chalk into it. Yeah, tonight's class, we should have no problem finishing. It is a little bit more, it's a little bit more difficult than the sunflower.
She said they're supposed to be a cranberry, but they're a soft terracotta.
Yeah, it looks like terracotta. They were supposed to be cranberry? Is that an Amazon thing? When it said one color and then you get it and you're like, that is not the color. It was really pretty. So anyway, whoever asked about the colored denim, yes, hers looked amazing, and I think that it's a great idea. Now these are single stems. So last night when we did the sunflowers, they have big fat stems, but the poppies just have a single stem. So we're not going to paint inside a stem. We're just sort of going to highlight the stems with a little bit of paint. But we're drawing them black. And then we're going to hint with color around them. All right, am I covered? Am I good? All's good.
Did you miss this stem on the big one?
I sure did. Did you notice that?
Well, you missed the bottom of the flower too, didn't you?
Or did someone notice it?
No, I did.
No? Good? I think I'm good. I think I'm good. All right. So before we spray, let's get our paints ready. So here's my little paint palette thing. Matt, will you get me a spoon, babe?
What?
A spoon. So I am going to be using Barn Red and Honky Tonk Red. So this Barn Red is just kind of a earthy brick red, in my opinion. And then Honky Tonk Red is a really bright red. They're very, very similar. This is what they look like. The Barn Red has a little bit of an orange in it. This is more red. This goes over to like the orange side a little bit, rust side a little bit. And then I'm also going to be highlighting at the very end with this, and I put this on the supply list, but it's called Scarlet. And this is just the Master's Touch acrylic in a tube. This tube acrylic is a lot more heavy bodied than the folk art or you know, what are those other brands that you can get? I don't hardly use those anymore, but the acrylic paints in the bottles, those are thinner than these. These are a little bit more heavy bodied. So if I do highlight, I usually use these. And this looks like it's this color, but it's actually much more vivid and goes on against these kind of orangey a little bit. So that's what this is. So those are going to be the colors red that we're using right now. I'm going to move this out of the way of the camera, y'all, because, or I guess I could just flip this up.
Lana said growing up in California, going up the mountains above Portersville in the spring, the poppies grow wild. They're bright orange, like almost fluorescent, and cover the hills. People go there from all over the world to take photos. It's truly amazing to see.
Who said this, Juana?
Juana.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I honestly I've never seen a field of poppies. Have you, Matt?
No.
I've seen lots of fields of sunflowers. Could y'all hear him? He said he would not be able to tell a poppy if it was slapping him in the face. He just is not super big into plant knowledge. All right, so I'm just using the same spoon. Shame on me, but put my little brick red over here, which this is when you put them against white, you can, and I'm using a lot of paint, but when you put them against white, you can see, I'm using way too much paint because I forgot I need to add water. Shame on me. Oh well, I'll just put water next to it. We don't use as many colors tonight, do we? Okay, the acrylic I'm not going to put in there yet, but we are going to start with, white, and you can use the Gulf if you have it, but I'm going to use a little bit of Peacock. I just think I'm going to need it with this really dark denim.
Says Wizard of Oz.
Oh yeah, Poppies. She used Poppies to poison. The witch did.
Oh, isn't that where cocaine comes from?
Oh yeah, I think it is.
That's probably where they're going in California.
Oh my goodness. So I'm putting a lot of white in here. I'm going to use water in here because I'm going to need that for the background. And then I'm going to use Peacock. Peacock! Babe, you know what I'm missing? paper towels. You should see him, guys. He's just sitting over there, happy as a lark, right across from me with a big old bowl of chicken salad and crackers. And his cheeks are full like a chipmunk. All right. Swiping off my knife. Now my paint needs to be, this paint is thick. It's got a big chunk in it. Super thick. I don't need much of this. Just a touch. Just to highlight. Just like we used last night, how we used the Plum Crazy to highlight with the Gulf. Tonight we're going to do a white background and we're going to white backlight and highlight with a blue, which you can use the Gulf or Peacock if you have it, some sort of turquoise if you've got it. Okay? All right. So that's that. Our paint palette ready. Chalk going in the pinch pot. I just love that term. And here we go. So this is really long. So I'm going to work, I'm not going to wet the whole thing. I'm going to wet to about right here, and then I'll move it up and I'll wet more. But we are going to start background color with white. Should be pretty drastic on this piece. So here goes our chalk. Bye-bye chalk. And probably have to use quite a bit. I usually use it and kind of rub it in. Now this is one of those Amazon denims, you guys. So it's not like, it's denim, but it's mixed with something. It's got stretch in it. Does this have stretch? No, it doesn't have stretch, but it's just a different kind of denim. So it'll be a good experience for y'all to watch and see how it paints up. I'm curious how what y'all are painting on tonight. All right, so I'm going to start again with my round brush because I want to get in here. Actually, there's not a lot of pointed areas. I honestly probably could just use I probably could just use this one. We'll just start with this. We'll start with it. All right, so I'm going to add a little bit of water to my pot right here, to this. And this is where I'm going to dip my brush. So I'm probably going to dip, and I can add a little bit over here too, but I don't have a lot of room in this little palette. So this will allow me to get some and come over here and make it really nice and wet. Okay. Round brush, dipping in water, getting my bristles nice and wet. This is what I'm doing. Take my round brush, dip in the water, nice and wet. I come over here, kind of use my wet bristles to kind of stir this up.
Josie's painting a pink backpack tonight.
Oh, a pink backpack with the poppies on it? I love pink and red together. I love hot pink and Florida, or a hot pink and a bright orange together. And then I love pale pink and red together. All right, so I just kind of got that stirred up. Not great, but good enough. I'm going to unload all of this onto my napkin. I want to get rid of it. Okay, that was way too much. And then I'm just going to start here and then come over here and pick myself up some of this. And then like y'all showed y'all, I always kind of roll off on the side, offload on the side a little bit. Okay. And for right now, we're just going to go in here right up against the flower.
Have you ever used a white Sharpie on marker on dark denim?
I have not.
It's kind of hard to see.
I have not used a white Sharpie on it. And you're right. I told y'all this is the darkest denim I have ever painted. And I'm going to pick up my scrubby and get in here and kind of work some of this out. But it goes on super bright, but look already. It's turning dark already. I got up this morning and was really surprised how dark I'm going to run this right next to that black line. How dark my background had gotten as it dried, because it will darken as it dries. Yeah, this would probably be not a bad idea to use a lighter marker. I have a white Sharpie, but you know what? I think it's like a paint pen. This will be really cool, though. The negative of this is going to be really cool when all that's left is the flowers. And it's okay if you have a little bit of an outline around this. I'm trying to see where that line went. Mercy, I cannot see that. And I think this one goes all the way down. How's it going over there, babe? How's that chicken salad? Honey. I didn't eat any of that last night.
I was a little worried it sat out too long.
No. Not in this iceberg house. Wait, the temperature you keep this house, nothing would spoil. It's okay if it's more bold around the flower, because honestly, I went back to watch the video today just in preparation. I went back to rewatch the videos because it's been a long time since I painted these overalls. I went back to watch, and I went in and I brought back some white right up against the, when I finished here, I went and highlighted it even more. So
I bet some of these ladies keep their house at 67.
does anyone else keep their temperature at 67? Because Matt does. So if you come over, bring a parka. Lila probably wasn't cold last night because our AC went out yesterday before the video, which, you know, that was exciting. This kind of fake denim definitely does not.
Juana keeps hers that way.
She does. Juana definitely is hot natured. Like, she's hot. She walks around all the time with, like, I've never seen Juana in anything that wasn't super summery. And
Kim's at 73.
Kim Wald.
Kim Dwyer?
Oh, Dwyer.
Dwyer. Sorry, Kim, I can't pronounce your name.
You did that last night with her name, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yep, you did. If these pants were lighter, you could just take, this white is pretty transparent. You could just paint over your stems and not worry about it. But it's so, my marker is barely showing up on my denim. I'm having to really look hard at where I'm at. And I can't tell if my denim's wet or not. I mean, I can when I put the paint on there, but. So again, do y'all remember why I'm using this scrubber? Because I don't want this paint to sit right on top. I want to make sure that I get the paint down into those fibers of that denim. And I like that someone posted that today. They said that they'd painted, I don't remember who it was. They said they'd painted some jeans a couple years ago, but they treated it like a canvas. They used acrylic, and they put, you know, lots and lots of layers. And that's really the difference, is that you, I mean, it's fine if that's what you're going for, but most of us don't want to feel, I mean, it's going to be a little bit stiff anyway, but we really don't want to feel it. I don't want to walk around wearing a canvas, you know. So if I can just identify my flowers here, see if I can just not worry about my stems, see if they show up. I guess I could always redo them. Is Juana painting? She's not painting, is she?
I think so.
No, I doubt it. Are you painting, Juana? She's had a big party at her house tomorrow. And this definitely needs more spray over here. Juana just can't throw enough parties at her house. Her house should not be so fabulous. It's the party house.
Sounds like a poker game's gonna break that fine.
At Juana's?
No.
Oh, your buddies?
With the guys, yeah.
Are you going to go when the class is over?
Maybe. I was gonna try it.
This is your pregame?
Yeah.
It's a nice pregame, babe. I'm honored. We're honored. All of us ladies are honored.
Yeah, sure.
Can you? I've never had a guy join my class. I've never ever had a man.
I'm surprised Rob has it just to watch.
What? Really?
No, he signs up for everything, even if he didn't do it.
Yeah,
No, she's not painting. She's getting ready for the party.
that's what I thought. I can't even believe she's on tonight. So guys, I'm just kind of relaxing. That's what I love to do when I do this. This is definitely, I have a couple of denim jackets still that I'm doing, and something Matt sees me do a lot. I sit right here in this very spot. I bring it in, and I have tables out in my workshop, but I like to come in and do this with the TV on, and I still can sit here with Matt and Zadie. Well, not Zadie anymore because I feel like we never see Zadie. Right, Matt?
No.
See, as it starts to dry, it really lightens up, but it's enough of a difference that we'll be able to see. All right, so let's spray up here. Let's get the top of these done. I'm going to use my big brush now. I'm going to use this big one. See if I can cover a little more space a little faster up at the top up here. Right? See, I'm just kind of touching. Just flipping that brush around and using the end of it to kind of get right by the flower, and then you can just kind of brush it out. Okay. So I'm going to take this up. Remember, you don't ever want it to just end. You want to kind of take it up. You have to spray that a little bit more up there. There's a little thing hanging down off of this. Lots of scrubbing. Nice, yeah. I like the bigger brush. Now that I'm, see how sharp that is? Yeah. Okay. I know, isn't it crazy? Time flies when we're having fun. Yeah, we got on 10 minutes late, so because we had things we been waiting all day to talk about with someone. So she called like, what, babe, 10, 15 minutes before the class. I was like, oh man, I got to take this call. I got to take it. I'm just going to have to, they're going to have to extend me a little grace. And again, my stomach's growling. My carrots and hummus have worn off. All right, so these are popping already. My poppies are popping. We can see where they are. What are you asking her? Oh, Matt, that's probably why she's not.
Well, and then I did what she does to me, just dad.
You did that?
Yeah.
Feels weird to be quiet when I'm on here. See how much lighter it's getting? Now when I come over here and I add more. So white does that. But it's still better to add just a little bit of paint and a lot of water and come back and enhance where you want to than it is to start off with too much.
One was asking if Zadie got a car back.
Yes, Zadie did get her car back. And
I
it
haven't
looks
seen her since.
amazing. Matt did a great job piecing together all the parts, finding someone to fix it for us. Yeah, we haven't really seen her since. It's our own fault.
Every time you paint the white or light background like that, it reminds me of E.T. when the ball comes rolling out of the shed.
What?
In the movie.
That's hilarious, babe. I think I'm not going to worry about these bottom stems tonight, guys. I'm not going to go down that far because I really, really want to start working on the flowers.
Jody's on. She said she got the start time wrong. Yikes. I'm here now, though.
That's okay, girl. Hi, Jody. We got a little bit of a late start, so you're good. You're good. Jody was not here last night, guys, so this is her first class tonight. And Jody, the other class is available in the group, so you can watch that.
Susie's asking, what happens if you get too much white in a spot? How do you fix it?
You add a lot of water and you scrub it out. You get your scrubby or a big brush that you can use and just add a lot. So let me do it right here. So let's say I did that, or I got like a big wad like that. So I mean, you can leave it, but you just come in with a lot of water. See me just use that water and it just starts to spray it all out, and then get all that excess white off. And you're just going to get it in here and you're going to just work it. Now, this little scrubby brush will really work it into those fibers and help spread. It'll push that paint around like this. Okay? And you want to use it to your advantage. So that's that. That's a good question.
How many types of brushes do you usually use for one painting?
Oh gosh. Okay, see how I'm sitting here right now? This is how I sit. And sometimes there will be a brush between every finger, and I don't know why. Some artists they'll set them down next to them, and I don't. They stay just like this. Is that normal? Like, I don't watch a lot of videos. Do y'all? And if you do, tell me, like, is this what people do? I feel like I've always got, and I do it even if it's furniture and I have huge furniture. Like, my hands will, if I'm working on a big piece, my hands will hurt for days from just holding onto big old brushes for hours at a time while I'm working on a big piece. But this piece will be probably four brushes. I won't use this big brush that I'm using right now once we start the flowers. I won't use it on the flowers at all. This is just the background brush. Okay, so you can see your poppies pretty good. Now we got to come back up in here. That is not enough. Not enough. So what do I want to do? I'm going to use this brush. I'm going to use my round brush, and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to pick up some more paint, and I'm going to get in here and I'm really going to highlight this area.
Jody says, I keep brushes in my hands if I'm blending and going back and forth.
Yeah.
Lori says, what number is that big brush?
This one is called a wash brush, and it's a number 1. Master's Touch Wash number 1.
Melissa's wishing she had her paint because she wants to paint so bad.
Aww.
Amy says, does it matter what type of brush bristles you use for this?
I always buy the, I tend to buy the synthetic bristles. I think they hold up better. more than I do the natural. Or do you mean, did she mean like brand? Did she mean brand, do you think?
I don't know. Kim says, me too, Melissa.
Was that Melissa List?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it would be hard to watch. I think it would be hard to just watch. But where are you, Melissa? Are you not at home? That you don't have your paints? I don't remember. It's so hard, guys. I'm sorry if you told me, Melissa. It's hard to keep up.
Jody says, Amy says both. Jody says, natural tend to shed more for me. Is it the same for others?
Yes. Yes. Pretty thick over here, guys. It's pretty thick. But I'll get in here and really scrub that in. It's still wet. But I really, really want more light around this before I start laying down that red. I can come up next to it once I start laying the red down, but I want more differentiation. And white is always one that I have to revisit. Do you hear my stomach, babe? So I'm not spraying as much on this denim as you noticed. I don't know if you've noticed, and I did last night. That other denim takes more water. This, because it soaks in a lot, this one, the water sort of sits on it. It's probably would have been good to wash these first. They probably have some sort of finish on them.
Do you pre-wash this denim first, especially the dark?
I haven't. I don't. I haven't before, but I've also never done, I don't think I've ever done a pair this dark. Oh, wrong one. Almost there, guys. Sorry. But I want it. I want to do it right. Okay. What was that? What are you doing? Keep in mind too that like I said, not only have I not done denim this dark, but I haven't painted this type of denim before either. Just feels a little bit different. I wouldn't say that it's bad, but it's definitely different.
What do they call that? Natural denim?
This is not. It's not. This is, I don't know what this is. I mean, it's.
No one has acid wash anymore.
Okay. See that? I love that. You see that up close? Watch. So I dip and paint. This was one of my old techniques. So I dip and paint. That's what I do. I dip and paint, and then I dip in water, and straight from the water, I come over and just drop it. You see how it just, that's one of the like watercolor. Just let it kind of go where it wants, if you like that. It'll usually stay wherever you've got it the most wet. You can do that, and then you can come back in with your scrubber and kind of feather it out.
Oh, Lori asked, where do you buy all your coveralls?
I've always gotten them from Gap or Target, but Target's not offering what I've always ordered online right now. Gap is, but they're not on sale. I usually wait until they're on sale and then I buy multiple. Okay, so now I'm going to come to the stems, you guys. I'm just dipping my scrubby straight in the white. It's watered down, but not saturated. And I'm just going to highlight my stems. A little bit more streaky than last night's stems because last night's stems we actually filled in. So, but I'm just going right next to the black. We're going to use the black as the stem, but we're just highlighting it a little bit. So this time I got Mint by Michelle sent me 2 pair. One I painted last night. It painted up beautifully. And then I tried 3 pair from Amazon. 2 that were the same maker and then this one. And I'm not happy with them. But you got to keep in mind I'm also sort of a coverall snob because I have worn so many pairs for so many years. So I'm pretty picky about them. Someone else would probably be, I'm hoping they'll be happy with these. I don't want to talk them down too much because I'm hoping someone will want these. But I just really, really like the ones from the Gap. But Mint by Michelle's are cool too. The difference with Mint by Michelle's though, they're really big and they're super baggy. So the bottoms, I'm going to have to cut the bottoms off or something. Not sure. All right, is that all my stems? So if I get in here now, I've got my scrubber brush. I'm just going right up next to my flower. I'm okay with it being streaky by the stem, but up here by the flower, I want to kind of rub that in a little bit. This wasn't getting enough. Let's do some up here. Oh man, look what I did. I used my brush up there. I'll just make sure when I do splatter that I'll get splatter up there too. Okay, so I'm going to break out the peacock. I'm going to get a little peacock. Actually, no, we don't need to because we're going to do green on the stems. We'll do green and peacock by themselves. So we're going to move on. We're going to move on to the red.
Jody says us hippie girls might need those then.
The ones from Mint by Michelle or which ones? I like the baggy ones, and I buy the baggy ones from the Gap. I like them. They're called boyfriend cut. But like I said, they're just not on sale right now. I like to buy them when they're on sale. But the bottoms aren't. They're distressed. They're boyfriend cut and distressed. But the bottoms don't. The Mint by Michelle ones are just. They're huge on the bottom. They're like, what do you call that? Like a barrel cut bottom. I mean, Matt laughed when he saw them. He was like, babe, those things are enormous. I tied them in knots. They're that big. They're so big that I could tie it in a knot. But they're super comfortable. Okay. I can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop.
Yes, Mint by Michelle if they're really baggy.
Yeah. But the sizing is weird because it's Australian sizing. She sent me a medium. I cannot even pull that up over my thighs. And she sent me an extra large, and they're enormous. I really needed a large. So I don't know if she was out. I'm not sure why she sent me an extra large and a medium. But I think I need a large. Okay, I would say we are backlit. How's that look on camera?
Good.
All right, so those brushes are going in the water, and we are going to start. We're going to start laying down color. We're going to start with the barn red first, which is the darkest red. Normally I start with the mid red, which would be the honky tonk red, but this one we're going to do a little bit different. We're going to build from the dark up. So this denim we're using as, will you hand me those, babe?
These?
Mm-hmm. I'm going to hand it back to you when I'm done. This right here, all this dark that's inside here, we can accent with a little bit of the black when we do the centers. We can go in with a little bit of black, but a lot of this shadow and stuff that you're seeing is the denim. So we want to, and this is light denim. So I'm thinking this dark denim, I may not even need black. I want to use that undertone myself. And so we're going to build from the darkest up. So normally we go with our mid-tone red first, which will be honky tonk, but we're not. Here, baby. Thank you. All right, so I will probably use my scrubby brush for this entire process. That's what I'm going to use. So make sure I get all my white out of it. And again, if you weren't on last night, this is called Scrubber, and it's a number 6. It's also by Master's Touch. Scrubber number 6. And I used my scrubbers until they're just nubs, but I did get a new one for the class because I like to start classes with new brushes. All right, so my red does not have any water in it. I'm going to put spraying a little water on my red and my palette, only the barn red, and I'm going to spray my upper flowers here.
Are you using Rusty Nail tonight?
No, oh, did I say Rusty Nail on? I think it's Rustic Red is what I used. Oh no, sorry, Barn Red. What did I say on the? For someone tell me what I said. It's Barn Red. Rusty Nail will work. But tell me what I said. I thought it was Barn Red. I went back and watched the videos today. So I sprayed a little bit. This is not going to be super loaded with water, but these are very, very, very wet. The good thing about the scrubber brush is they don't hold a lot of water anyway. So I'm just kind of dipping it in a little bit in the water like this. This already has white in it, but just kind of, I sprayed it with water, all floating on the side, adding a little bit of water to my bristles, and then I'm just going to use that. So I'm going to take over a bunch of wet, and it's going to soak in a lot. So we're just going to bring this over, and we're just going to work in circles for this. I'm just changing the color. Man, this is so hard to see. We're just changing the color of the background just a little bit. So this is why I said that the rusty color will work too. Right now you're just sort of making your canvas. You're taking away the denim and laying down the chalk paint.
Josie said rustic red.
Is that what it said?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, rustic red and barn red are extremely similar. So similar that I thought it was barn red that I was using. So that's fine. You can use rustic red.
Jody is asking, is Master's Touch your favorite brushes? Does brand matter? I really like Zen brushes.
It's just what my Hobby Lobby has a lot of, and it's just what I've used. I'm really not super picky with brushes, but I have brush styles that I like. And how I started using the scrubber brush was I've used a makeup brush for years to do the same thing. And then I realized that they actually have paintbrushes that do the same thing. I didn't even know. So this is our first layer. We are just working this into the paint. It is so hard to see my line. I'm not going to do dark denim anymore. Super. Anybody else have dark denim that they're doing? You okay over there, partner?
Mm-hmm.
You're awfully quiet.
Getting sleepy. Vicky is, yes.
Vicky's doing dark. Are you having the same trouble, Vicky? And I am like, maybe because I'm trying to stay under the camera, so I'm not right on top of it. I would definitely be on top of this a little more. So let's do, I'm going to start on this one. And then this one goes here.
Michelle says I'm using black. I used a white Posa pen to outline.
A white what?
Posa pen?
Oh, you did? And the Posa pen holds up to the all the water?
Monta says I'm on dark denim and it's not working well. Plus you can't see it at all.
Which part, Monta, can you not see? You mean the marker or the paint? Which part can you not see? Like what we're doing right now, it just, y'all let me know, because there's such a delay, so it's hard to know exactly what.
The marker.
Oh, the marker? Yeah, mine is really dark. So who said they used a Posa pen? I was afraid the Posa pens would.
Studio Troy, is that Michelle?
Are you using that and you're not having a problem with it reactivating with all this water? Because I've definitely had those smear. She didn't mean Posa, did she mean Posca? A Posca marker?
I don't know.
P-O-S-C-A.
P-O-S-A. She said it's good. Monta says working blind.
Matt, will you go out there and get my Posca markers? They're in the right drawers.
Up top?
No, the right drawers, probably 3 down. There should be some right on top, a set that's got like 6 in it. I'm just going to try it. I've never used Posca on fabric. I mean, I don't think it would hold up to wash, but we're going to put an oil pen over it anyway. But I just didn't know that it would hold up to saturating with water. So I'm going to try it because I'm like Monta. Feeling pretty blind over here. All right. So this is Posca, and this is my white. Let's see. Sorry, you're going to see my head for a sec. Oh my goodness. I cannot even see this. What did I do here? This goes like...
All you can see is the back here.
I know. I said, yeah, now it's not going to go on it because it's wet. It doesn't even want to write on it.
She says Posca will bleed. That's Luba Carlson.
Yeah, I had a feeling it would, but
Juana says I used Posca on the tennis shoes. Luba says try the metallic Sharpie if you have one.
I have a silver metallic Sharpie. These flowers I can see. It's this one up here that's so far away. I just cannot see it. Yeah, see, that Posca is blending right into my red. Kind of lighten my red up a little bit. Yeah, this dark denim, I probably would not use this barn red. I'd probably start with Honky Tonk. This is really dark. These are definitely going to require a lot more of the lighter red on top. This is hard to see. Babe, you can't stop yawning. Which flower is this? That one? It's just one big flower. Okay. How's that look? dark, right? It's looking very dark
It's pretty dark.
on camera. All right, I'm gonna move faster. I'm gonna get more paint here. I'm gonna move faster because I need to get some lighter color on here. Because it's only gonna get darker. But if y'all are painting on light, I don't want to change what I'm doing because this works really well on light. Hey, why don't you have some coffee?
Oh, one that says it's very dark.
It is. Not for long. Not for long, people. Do not worry. We're going to lighten this up. I'm going to lighten it up. It's just important to get a base down. We just want to get a base. Even if we cover all of this up, this is what's going to be our canvas. This is what's kind of sealing up this denim. We're getting them, rubbing it in there, and it's going to be our base. And yeah, that Posca works, right? And see how it makes my red lighter there? It's kind of cool. Kind of cool, actually.
Big glass of water. Yes, that's what I need.
Who said that?
Jody. She says a big glass of water.
Yeah.
When she's sleeping.
Why don't you go get one, babe? It's a good idea. Babe, will you make my denim overalls real flat, the leg real flat, or twisted more towards me because I can't see them very well? Thank you. I never paint on denim this fast. This feels weird. I mean, it's like it almost turned to black. It's bizarre.
Liz says she found the scrubbers at Hobby Lobby.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's where I got this one. Is Liz out of traffic now?
I don't know.
I feel like Liz's office is in her car. All I have left is this little bud down here. Little bud.
She's in the Hobby Lobby parking
Oh.
lot.
Were you listening to the class while you were in Hobby Lobby, Liz? We may have to use a little bit of white on this darkness.
She said, no, I was on a mission.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to wipe off all the dark, and we are going to our honky tonk. Thank God. Thank goodness. So let's just go slight dip in the red, slight dip, and see what happens. I'm not going to put too much water. I don't want to sink in too much.
Jody says I don't live close to either Hobby Lobby or Michael's. They're all at least 10 miles away from me. I both love and hate that.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes being too convenient is, when you're going there every day.
And the lines at Hobby Lobby.
Oh gosh, Matt, if I even ask him to go pick something up at Hobby Lobby for me. It's a hard no. Baby, go get some water. All right, I can't see where the little lip is that I know I had a little lip right here and I can't even see it. I'm not going to worry about it. I'll come back to it later. Right now I got to get some life on my flower, so I'm excited about this because this is way too dark for me. Way too dark. And all I'm doing over here is just dipping my paint, my scrubber into the paint and then into the water and bringing it straight over. It delivered a little bit of white into that, which is kind of cool, because it really brightened it up.
Lori's asking, do you put a towel or other cloth under what you're painting so it doesn't bleed into the back?
Oh yes. So if you're watching tonight for the first time and you didn't watch last night, we went over the basics of what to do on when you're painting any type of fabric. We went over that at the beginning of the sunflower class. So yes, I have plastic sheeting under there, in the leg, for sure.
And last night you used parchment paper.
And last night I had parchment paper, yes.
One is 18 miles from Hobby Lobby. Liz says, unfortunately, I have access to about 4. What do you need?
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, me too, Liz.
Says, Michael's you can order online and they'll have it prepackaged to pick up. Super easy.
Yeah, we're not driving far for anything here either.
Pump is working overtime.
What, baby?
No.
Okay, so again, this is just the honky tonk red. Kind of filling in on top of that barn red that was just way too dark for. We should have started with honky tonk red. But who knew, right? Learning lesson. But it will still work for you on light. You shouldn't be having a problem with color like I am. Still using a lot of water. More water than I would like to because I'm impatient. I want to see this bright red fast. Even the honky tonk is really soaking in, so I'm having to come back with more. But painting with the scrubber the whole time. Okay, this one, how did I do this? This one has like this little lip thing on it, so it's like this. So I'm not going to put, so if you look at the reference photo, this one has like a little lip. So I'm only going to put the honky tonk on that part that's bright. Now we're still probably going to use the scarlet on top of this as well. But this will be our little lip.
She wasn't really excited about poppies. I think I've changed my mind. Love these.
Oh, I'm so glad, girl. I am so glad. Yeah, I really like them too. And I'm shocked that I like the white anemones as much as I do because, you know, I'm a color girl, but man, I really, really, really like them.
Jody says, when you have to keep layering like this, will it become more stiff because there's more paint?
Well, it shouldn't because we're keeping it super wet. So it's still like when I touch, it's still going out into the fibers, and we can still knock it back. We're not like putting globs on that are, the difference is if the fabric's here and we put layers on top, we're just sitting on top. And then we put another layer and they're building on top of the denim down here. We've wet it so much that it's soaking in and becoming part of the fiber. Now, our layering here is still wet. So that's what makes the difference. But we'll break it up. We talked about that in the last night as well.
Liz wants to try hollyhocks.
Oh, that would be really pretty. Okay, so these are going to be divided up into sort of like a little ruffle. Let me see if I can find the right. I can't.
Where
if you
will we
look,
be able to find the pictures of the flowers to print out to use for reference?
I posted them today. Huh?
That was asked by Judy.
Judy, I posted those today. I posted them in the group. I posted my finished sunflowers, and I posted the poppies. So see how this was dark and it looks like I've already used black, but I haven't. I'm just only putting bright where I want it, and I'm using the darkness to my advantage to make its own little shadow.
It's looking great, Tracy. Gassed up and filled up with food. My turn to drive. I'll listen, but won't be able to comment.
Is that Kim?
Yeah.
Kim, drive safe, honey. Drive safe.
Amy's asking, do you have videos with other flowers too?
Amy, do you mean other than these three? I don't think I have videos. I've done lots of flowers on denim, but I would make them and sell them. So I didn't teach them in classes. And then when I did start to teach them in classes, everybody wanted the sunflower. So that's what I did last time in a class.
Judy says, I'll have to look again. Saw your finished sunflower and love them.
Oh, good. Thank you. So yeah, you can use that one as reference. And then this has also been posted, the finished one that's over here that I'm looking at and referencing as well. So I have a little extra one over here that I didn't have on the other one. So I'm just going to make, okay, do you see how it's dark right here? I'm going to leave that. I'm not going to go all the way to where my marker is. I'm going to leave it. So my marker line is about right here. So that, like, my marker line sits where this brush is. But do you see how I'm not going up to the marker line? See how I'm leaving a space even? So I want there to be a division of line here. Some of these I'm going to come back and I'm going to make them lighter, or I can leave them darker. And so that's what I'm doing. It starts to create the individual petals by just leaving a little bit of space.
Jody says a tropical flower arrangement would be phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like birds of paradise, for example.
Oh yeah, that would be really pretty.
Amy J says you opened up a can of worms. I want all types of flowers now.
And just painting on fabric is so addicting in itself. All right, this one was a little brighter in here. So, oh goodness, what was that? Okay, so we got a little movement in there.
Monta says thanks for posting the poppy reference. Can
Sure.
you post the sunflower reference so we have it as well later? Or did you and she missed it?
I mean, I can post, yes, I can. I posted the one of mine already that I did last night. And then I also have this one. So mine are more big and jumbo, and then this is that one. So I thought I posted it today, but maybe I didn't. So I don't want to add too much to this red right here because we're actually going to come back with that acrylic paint, which is definitely thicker. And I've already got like highlights here.
Do you mind if I step away for 2 minutes?
No, that's fine, babe. So Matt's going to step away if you ask a question or anything.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, he'll be right back.
Wake up.
Now this right here, I lost my marker line, but so you guys can see it, I'm going to bring it in like this so you can see it. So that's our little cup that we have there. And then this over here. On my other one, I didn't draw the cup, but here I can, or I will, just so you can kind of see it. We'll make a more division line in a little bit. And then this also was a little cut that I lost my marker line because this is just so dark. Like that. Okay, you want to try to keep those while you're painting. So now I can go in here and make those a little bit more bold. Just make sure your jeans are still very wet, that your brush is still very wet. And then I'm still going to add a little more back here because we're going to brighten these up with the scarlet. So I'm still just going to come back, still dipping my brush, a little bit of water. These are still just a little too moody for me. I need them to still be brighter and still be dark when it dries, but I just don't like the as dark as it is. Maybe I won't go all the way down in there because I do like it darker in the middle, but and we're going to let these dry a little bit before we put the acrylic. Not dry all the way, but set a little bit before we put the acrylic on there. All right, let's see. Let's get a little more on this one too. So a little bit, a little dry. I need some water on there. There we go. Okay. Lots of water here. How's it feel out there, babe? Nice and refreshing? Nice and refreshing out there, right? So this heat dome thing that we're under, is this a new term they're using? I'm asking you.
Oh, it's a La Nina or El Nino. I think it's El Nino. It happens. It's a natural occurrence. I think the last one was like 84.
Here in town?
Worldwide. It's currents changing temperatures underground.
See that, guys? I just added a little curve there without any black line at all, and it really gave that petal a lot of depth. For sure. All right, so let's move on. What are you doing? You scared me. What was that?
I figured they could hear the water.
You're crazy.
Out, so that was me flushing.
All right, this is too dry. Too dry. If I put paint on that, it's going to start piling up. So I need to re-wet it because that's our secret, right? That's our little secret.
It is tough, Jody. It's hard once the sleepies hit. When you sell a pair, what do you upcharge? 100 plus in Dallas.
Do what? What'd she say? Oh, the temperature.
No, she's talking about when you sell a pair of pants.
Usually to paint a design on something starts, I usually charge at like $100 to paint the design itself. So then plus whatever I got the overalls for, or if someone sends me something, that's what I'll choose. Now if it's shoes, I charge more because they're two shoes and they usually want them matching, which takes a lot of extra effort. I do it because I love to do it. I don't feel like it's enough for the amount of time that goes into this, but I love doing it. And so be interested to hear what y'all think about that.
So we're 7:45. Maybe it's because I've been working so hard.
we really don't have a whole lot more to do. We're already building our layers. We're going to come in with the highlight color. We're going to do some green and black centers. I mean, we don't have a whole lot to do. You see how lifelike that already happened so quickly? Probably going to add just a little bit here just by sort of touching with my scrubber. But the scrubber brush is definitely your saving grace for this. But it already has so much dimension. So let's do this big flower here. It's too dry. Don't forget that. Don't forget to test and fill before you start. Okay.
Go against my better judgment and drink coffee.
You're feeling that sluggish, huh, babe?
Yeah.
You got a nap. I saw you sleeping in your recliner, Grandpa.
That was only like 20 minutes.
Last night, remember how I showed y'all how I use this little center thing? So I keep dipping here, and every once in a while I'll dip over here. But for the most part, over here, and then I rub it out right here. So then my next few dips that go over here, I don't go back over into there. I just go right here and pick up some water right here. I kind of scrub it into the bristles so it loads more.
Jody says she likes doing Sharpie tie-dye on shoes.
Oh, that sounds fun. That sounds fun. I haven't done that.
Amy says, we can paint our shoes? What?
Yes, hun. Tennis shoes, cowboy boots, sandals. I've painted all. Flip-flops. I've painted everything.
Judy says she found the pictures and printed them out. Thanks.
Oh, you are so welcome.
Make time to paint.
You are so welcome. Just keeping it lighter, scrubbing in the lighter on the outside here. Even a little bit darker towards the middle because we're going to be adding black to the center anyway. And leaving that open space that I talked to you about. Leaving that open in between. Don't rely just on your Sharpie marker to make your division line. Let that dark paint work for you. It's there for a reason. Don't try to cover it all up. Remember what Lila said last night, all flowers have to have two colors. I mean, obviously we're going to have several, but...
Amy's asking about leather. Is there a...
Oh my gosh, yes.
Paint, or is there a video on that?
I have so many videos on painted leather. We did... So, Amy, on my website, traceysfancy.com, there's a search bar. And just go to traceysfancy.com, look for the search bar. I think it's on the top right, and type in painted leather. And it'll or you can type in cowboy boots if you want. That's a good one. Leather headboards, leather chairs. Okay, see what I'm doing here? And I don't even have a black line there. I'm just making my own little lip in that one. Man, that coffee smells good.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, well, what?
Hot coffee at 100-degree temperature outside is no fun.
It's never too hot for coffee in my world. Never, never. How's it looking on film, babe? How are these looking? Brightening up a little bit? Okay, good. They're popping. Our poppies are popping.
Poppies.
Yeah.
Jody's saying iced coffee. I used to drink iced coffee in high school, and now I just can't take caffeine. Freaking out.
Yeah, caffeine really just makes his anxiety go through the roof. All right, scrubbing in a little more. See, we did this fast. We did this flower pretty fast.
Oh, they look good.
All right, so that one's done. And definitely on the lighter fabric, this is much brighter by now. Just gonna keep reminding y'all of that. Kind of made like a little extra section on this one that the other one does not have. When my hand leaves, I'm just going over there and circling in that water and paint, and then just coming over here with the scrubber and just really working it in.
She says you make this look so easy.
Aw, I love that. I love that. It's really not, though, hard, right? You know, that's what the classes are so good for. That's why it's, you know, find someone, anything that you're doing, find someone that's done it a bunch and has kind of worked out some of the kinks, and then just meet with them like this or in person, and it's really not difficult. You get to skip a few steps. Scrubby, scrubby. All right. Okay, so now we are going to use our Scarlet acrylic. I'm going to come over here and squirt this in. And this is a bright red, but on the fabric it comes out kind of orange. Okay. Now, I am not going to add water to this. I'm going to just barely dip my brush in it, and I'm also going to pre-spray. So let's start with this one. This one's still very wet. So I got a little bit wet, got my brush, same brush, and I'm just barely dipping, like barely. You're not going to need much, like that. I'm just barely touching it, just like that. You can come up here and kind of load the tip back and forth. Put a little bit more on it. You just want it. I'm not scrubbing it in all the way to the back like I was before. I'm just taking a little bit to it because these acrylic paints have a sticky, plasticky feel to them. They feel very plastic, and that's why they feel hard when you paint on fabric with them. They make like a plastic coating almost. See the color that comes out of them? So you don't want a lot. That's why I only use these for just these last highlights. And even though I'm scrubbing it in, it doesn't want to really work into that fabric quite like the natural paints. So it likes to kind of sit on top. So just use my photos that I've got. And just decide where you want it to catch the light. Anywhere that you've got a cup like this, anywhere that's flipped over, like these over here, still pretty wet.
Which brush are you using for that?
Scrubby. I haven't changed. The whole flower's done with the scrubby. So these that are flipped over, and you can see it's like shiny on my brush.
Do those have a number, or is that just the bristle stiffness?
This one is number 6. And you'll see the difference. It just doesn't really want to work its way into the paint. You can still kind of try to force it, but it definitely wants to sit on top. And this will stand out a little bit more once we put the black outline on it, and also once we bring it, we're going to bring in some black, super low lights in black here in a minute. So here's that little cupped over area. this. Kind of did this whole back area here. This I'm going super light on. It looks like I'm using a lot, but it's just what was ever still on my brush. I'm just kind of grazing the surface with it. Same thing back here, just to make it a little bit lighter. Oops, see, I don't like that. So I'm gonna scrub it just to brighten up this whole flower. Good. Okay, so this little ruffle area up here, I just want to hit right along the edge of that, right along the edge. Babe, you're stressing me out.
Sorry, I'm struggling.
Oh,
Shouldn't even start.
stop. And then this one we cut. I'm doing my best to get this scrubbed into the fiber. Okay. Same here. This whole highlighted area, just kind of lay it down and scrub it. Right. Definitely looking more alive. What about this one? This right here I feel like needs a little. All right. So we're going to move down to this dude. Did we already do this? Did we already do this one? I don't think we did. Just like last night, we can use our fingers a little bit.
8 o'clock, baby.
We're doing good, babe. We're doing good on time. All right. Fill this one. Everybody's working hard. They're so quiet. I'm imagining you, babe, this is how you were in class. Like, I feel like this is how you were as a student, for sure. Like, you have taken, this is what you were doing like every 5 seconds. And then you yawn, and then you take another deep breath, and then you yawn. It's very distracting. It's just how I breathe. Remember when she used to say, it's just my face?
Yeah.
When she was little. We're talking about Zadie. Like, don't look at me like that. It's just my face. Or if she'd huff, you know, we'd say, yes, don't, what? You didn't like I asked you to do that? She's like, it's just how I breathe.
We don't know how she breathes.
Okay, so here's a little cup, one of these little cups. So I'm kind of lifting because underneath here is a seam. So if I take this plasticky stuff and start scrubbing, so I'm going to kind of raise it up. So when I'm painting on this, I'm not hitting that seam, so I'm not going to pick up that line from underneath.
One says, don't get mad at me, but the flower above the one you're working on sucks.
What?
No, she said it looks weird. She didn't say it sucked.
Oh, this one or this one?
I don't know. Probably the one that looks like two eyes and a mouth.
Oh, this one?
No, the one next to it. Yeah.
This?
Yeah.
Well, we don't have. We'll highlight it a little bit more, but we don't have our. We haven't done our centers and our black and our yellow yet. Did she say it sucks?
No. She said, "Don't get mad at me, but the flower above the one you're working on looks weird."
I'm not mad at you.
She said, "Yes, that one."
Okay.
Amy says, "Love that response." That's just my face.
Yeah, it's just my face. It's just how I breathe. Like we were stupid. Like we didn't know how our own daughter breathed. I really thought Juana said something sucks.
No, she didn't. I shouldn't have done
She's probably like, Matt, I did not say that.
that. Jody says she didn't say sucks.
Part of the reason is you cannot see my line here. Again, we have lost my line. And it's so wet. So wet. Does that help?
It was just me, Juana.
Maybe we need to bring this up. Oh, geez, oh Pete, what am I doing with that acrylic? Maybe we need to bring this up to meet that.
If it was different shades of brown, it would look like the bear from the Sugar Smacks cereal commercial.
Did she say that?
No, I did.
Just y'all need to shut up. Just shut up. All right, last flower. Down we go. Topping with a little bit of acrylic. Not my fave, but it's definitely thankful I've got it tonight for these dark jeans because I need something to pop off of here. We're going to have to really hit this with the sandpaper. She's so funny. Don't get mad at me. Juana, you're out of here. You're fired. You're gone. Leave the class. I don't think I'd ever be mad at you.
Caffeine's already getting to me. To counteract it with beer.
You are a hot mess, dude. Hot mess. All right. I think because this is so dark, I think I'm going to add a little bit of white to my honky tonk red. So I'm over here, just a little bit of white, my honky tonk red. Put it in here like so, and I'm going to come in and use that. We'll see what happens.
Jody says, I think that flower looks like puckered up lips right now. I'm waiting and trusting the process.
Let's see if I can use this over here.
Juana says you can't fire me. LOL.
So where the other poppies on the other one came out more as orange, these might have more of a little bit of a pinky tint to them, but I'm sorry I'm having to do this because I gotta lighten some stuff up.
Would pink translate into the reds?
Would pink translate into the reds?
Look like the white pigment from a different angle. Luba says add lemon yellow.
We're going to use lemon. Okay, I've got a little bit of yellow right here. Well, let me keep going what I'm doing, and then I may, yeah, because that'll help it look more luminescent for sure. And we can do that. Matt has left the building again. Now y'all got me like really self-conscious about this flower.
What if you mix some orange in with the red? One is actually.
I think if we mix the lemon yellow in, like Luna was saying, that will get us what we're looking for. But I just want to lighten this up overall in general. And then we can do that. Because if we mix the yellow with the red, we're going to get a little bit of a orange. But I think this is looking good. Just kind of coming in with the slider.
Juana says I'm never doing dark denim. It does seem a lot harder.
It is. It is really. It is. But, I mean, that's where your growth is, when you do something that you're not comfortable with. And what better time for me to do it than right here with you guys to see. I think we're getting there. I think we're making some change, some positive change right now. I think it's happening. I like the idea of adding the yellow, and we're going to do that in a minute. Got it right here next to me. So basically kind of where I had that acrylic, and I mean you can see I'm not even dipping my brush. I just have this white on here. Did I do this one already? There, I think that helped a lot. Okay, lemon yellow coming up. I'm gonna add a little bit of daisy I'm just gonna put some over here on my palette. Go.
Tammy Bentley says, I really like the darker version. Guess I'm the oddball. The flowers look moonlit.
Isn't that awesome? I love it. I love that we have someone who likes it. So I'm just mixing. I got the yellow. I'm just putting it up here like this with my red on my plastic. I probably need to get the white out of my brush. They do kind of look moonlit, and once we put the green and yellow on them, I think it's really going to help too. So here's a little bit of yellow. We'll do it over the white. Wherever you have those little lips, you want to come in from that opposite direction as well. So it's just a shade whiter than the light.
Amy says, agree, the dark denim is a fab idea. Jody says, I think it's beautiful either way, but see what you're saying about being more difficult.
I just didn't realize that it was going to be this much harder.
Yellow with rich red? What red is that?
I'm using it with the Honky Tonk red, but I'm really using very, very, very little red. It's mostly yellow. What? Why would she be ignoring you, babe?
She didn't want to answer the question, I guess.
I mean, they're dramatic. These are dramatic for sure. Very, very dramatic. Kind of like putting the yellow over it.
Yeah, they look good. I wouldn't go too crazy with the yellow. That's just me. I'm not the artist.
I'm just going to come down here and highlight this one a little bit, and then we're going to start adding our black centers. When you use the yellow one here, it doesn't really look yellow. They do look moonlit now that she says that. I kind of like it. I just call these the moonlit pansy. Right? Pretty cool. I think I'm okay with it. All right, so we're going to stop on that for now. We're going to open up our black. Oh, you know what?
Keep in mind, I'm only watching right now and not actually painting on the dark denim. I'm sure it's more difficult to see. Lori says, looks like you're going over the acrylic paint. Will this
I am.
make a difference when it dries?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I forgot that I didn't do this little wave in here. So this is just pretty much straight yellow, and the yellow is the chalk paint. I used so little acrylic, you guys. I know that it looked like I was using a lot, but I had so little on my brush.
Instead of Moonlight Serenade is Moonlight Poppies. It's Moonlight Poppies.
Moonlight Poppies.
Liz says, seeing the background makes me want to do this on my black canvas crossbody bag.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I think it looks good. I actually like it.
Yeah, it looks good.
All right, so now we're going to do black. So I'm using my scrubby brush again. I'm just going to get a little bit of black chalk paint. I'm putting it in my lid. And we're using so little. Everything is still damp. I'm checking my centers. I'm using my scrubby brush. And when I think I've got red still in my brush, I take, well, the Drop Plus right next to me, but I just put whatever color I'm going to start using without even washing it out because I don't want a lot of water in here. And I just rub it all up in deep in those bristles just to kind of overpower whatever was in there. And that should be good. So I'm going to go in the middle of each one, and where it's navy and it's still wet, it's not going to be a circle. I know we had a circle there, but we're not going to do a circle. You're just going to go in and start making like a shadow. So you're going to fill all of that in, all of these little like cracks and crevices with your black.
One says, I do like how the white background makes the poppies pop.
Poppies are popping. So you're going to fill in this whole little crevice area and kind of take your little scrubby brush out between your petals like this. Isn't that pretty? So the circles are gone now.
Lori asks, if you spray Easy Peasy, can you go back and add more paint later?
Yes, you can.
And then reseal with Easy Peasy again.
Yes.
Fix old paint.
You can. You sure can. Okay, so we're going to go up here now. Same thing. We're going to fill in this circle. What was the circle? And this flower is going to actually be kind of looking that way. So when we come in with our white here in a minute, it's going to be going that way. So I'm kind of filling in more on the back side here. Same thing, taking it up into the cracks and crevices. Get rid of all your denim color. This one's a straight on shot. This one's a straight on shot. This is an angled flower aiming out that way.
Look, I know I've seen Easy Peasy. What's in a spray bottle?
It's in a spray bottle, but I use it with a brush. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking whatever's on my brush here. Well, I dipped a little bit. And I'm just going to kind of take it in and around everywhere that I've got black, just to add a little more drama. We left it open for the denim to kind of show through. But you're just going to kind of go in and accentuate all that. Man, we got some drama happening here. I like it. Okay. Okay, let's do this one. This one's a straight on. Same thing. It's not a circle. Just kind of spider it out. Of course, if you've got a highlight area, you don't want to cover up a highlight. Baby, I'm sorry.
I'm just telling you so you don't.
Just kind of tapping it as I go. Just kind of tapping. No, that's fine. I don't think you did last night either, babe.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. You're going to take it out a little bit bigger than you want because we're going to come in and put centers on these with white and yellow. So you need a little bigger space. Okay, this one's already done. This one, we still want to come in to even the buds. Anywhere that there is open denim, you want to kind of fill that in. I'm just pouncing. I'm kind of pouncing this scrubber brush, just kind of pouncing and just adding a shadow. Just making it more dramatic. Okay. Same thing down here. Just cover any of your denim. If you want to come in and make some of your little shadows, if you want to make them a little darker, so like this one right here in the middle, we want to kind of come in and hit that with a little bit of black, we can. See how that made that a little bit stronger? What?
I think you're good on black. You went through so much trouble to brighten everything.
No, I'm not covering my bright areas, baby. I'm hitting the black up against the bright. So where this bright edge, I'm not shortening that. I'm coming up to it with my black, so it makes a contrast. So it's even stronger. That's what I said. Don't cover any of your highlights with the black.
I'm just thinking out loud.
I know, it's a good question. I'm glad you said that. But that's our answer.
I always like to tell people that know what they're doing.
How to do it?
Yeah. Coach, have you ever thought of this?
Zadie. Can I call you Zadie? Just kind a little bit of that shadow right next to the pink. Just makes it stand out a little bit more. Pretty cool. Definitely look 3D. Definitely do not look flat, right? Okay, so black is done. We done. Now we are going to put, we're going to get a little, well, what brush should I use? I'm going to use my small round brush. Is that what this is? Filbert. Yeah, this is a round brush. It's a Filbert 6. And I'm going to get my white paint that's in my palette here, just dipping the very tip of it in, just like this. I'm going to make a very small dot. Here's the reference, just a very small dot right in the middle. Same thing with this one that goes sideways. And this one up here, we don't even really have a dot in the middle. That one's mostly yellow. So right here, I'm just going to do a little tiny small, just pouncing, little small dot right in the middle. And this one over here is going to be up here on the side, because this one's kind of a little bit flatter because it's going side, it's pointing that way. And this one up here, we actually have dots off, I had dots off to the side because I noticed some of the poppies have like a star shape in the middle, and they have like 5 points that come off of them like this. What'd you say?
Nothing. But that one that we've been talking about was better with the dot.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for trusting the process, babe. Just going to do 3 on that one. Okay? Okay, so now I'm going to get my pointer, that liner brush that I had. Where did it go? Uh-oh. Will you go get a liner brush for me, babe? Like a little, it has a little tiny point on it. Oh, wait, is this it? I found it. Never mind. I knew I had one. Okay, so now I'm going to get my little pointer brush in that lemon yellow that we had out. I'm going to dip into that. I think it's Daisy. And I want to get quite a bit. This pointer brush doesn't hold much, so I put it in my paint and I kind of swirl it around. I don't cover all the bristles, but I get quite a bit right on the tip. I want to load up enough. I kind of had to break through some dry because it's been open a while. Okay, so like that. And we're going to go in here and we're going to leave a ring around. There's white and then there's a ring of black, and then we're going to go outside of that, just like we did on the sunflowers last night. So, and you want it to be real small. And if you want, you can guide yourself first with like a perfect ring like this, and then go in and kind of fill it in. Like that. Same thing up here, but this one, actually the whole thing, this whole entire thing was yellow in the middle. Just wanted to make them all a little bit different. But you don't want to just rub it in. This is one we're actually putting like tiny little dots, and you can leave a little bit of surface. When you do your sanding, some of that's going to get smoothed off anyway. Okay, and then this one over here, we're going to make it only go around one side of it because this flower is aiming sideways. Looks pretty good. They look pretty good. I'll put a little bit more in this one. Not so perfect. I'm going to take it out to the, a little bit more. Okay. I think our white dots need a little bit more on them, a little bit more obvious, a little bit brighter.
That must be where the cocaine comes from.
Right here?
The white part.
Okay, babe. Just laying down a nice dot. All right.
So the stuff they put on bagels, that's obviously coming from the middle of the flour, right?
The stuff, you mean poppy seeds?
Yeah.
Sweetie, you asked me the strangest questions. I don't know.
Just because you paint them doesn't make you an expert on poppy flour?
No, it doesn't. Okay, so I'm going to use my my filbert again, and I'm going to use Tree Frog Green, which is not the color that I used on the other one. I think that other one, shoot, I can't remember what I said I used, but I think Evergreen is going to be too dark on here, so I'm going to use Tree Frog. We'll see how this goes. I don't know if I'm going to like it as much, but I'm going to mix it with a little bit of the yellow.
I thought it was opium. Cocaine comes from the cocoa plant.
What?
She said I thought it was opium.
Babe, will you...
Opium's heroin. I don't really know.
I'm not liking this
drugs
color
that well.
either. Okay, so I'm...
Cocaine comes from the cocoa plant. Yeah, good point. I think you're right. Master's Touch, light olive green.
Oh. Well...
the green looks good on me.
What I just did was basically the same thing. So if you have that, that's fine. It's an acrylic. What I'm doing is putting a little bit of Tree Frog Green down and then putting Daisy Yellow right on top of it and just kind of blending it on the fabric. So that's Tree Frog Green by itself, and that one's with a touch of Daisy on the brush, and it just makes it kind of yellowy. But I think I did on the other overalls, I think I did use the acrylic, but this will work. Green and yellow will give you the same color. I switched from the filbert to my scrubby. I just like the scrubby better. It just really works the paint into the denim. Even though this is a really small area, I still want it to be worked in to it. And the yellow really brightens the screen up. And then I'm just taking it down the stem as well.
Kathy's using kudzu.
Oh, kudzu probably looks good too.
I wish we could grow that here.
Kudzu?
Yeah, it's illegal.
Why?
Because it's uncontrollable. It takes over. Invasive.
Really?
Yeah.
Where'd you hear that?
I was asking Cindy about it because it's all over Georgia, and she said, no, you can't do that. It'll take over the whole neighborhood.
This makes them all a little bit different because I'm blending right in place, but I like it. I didn't worry so much about dampening the fabric here. I mean, it's still very damp. But this is just such a small space and you can work it in. It's not like we're working on a background or anything. I like it more yellow. I really like the yellow with it. Come back in and put a little yellow, a little more yellow on one side. Just kind of highlight it a little bit. Yellow makes a great highlight. Like that. I wonder how this yellow would be in this. Still not quite getting the orange I need. Still not quite getting the glow. I like the glow of the other better, but I'm just gonna have to like it. Still wanting to jack with it. We'll see what I come up with later. I woke up thinking about those sunflowers. I was like, something's wrong with my sunflower. And I was like, oh, my centers are too small. It's like I couldn't wait. I had to go pick up furniture and I couldn't wait to get home and make my centers better. Okay, so around the side of it, I'm just going to dip a little bit of green over here on my canvas, my drop cloth, my canvas, and a little bit of yellow. Just kind of mix that, dip my brush in a little bit of my water. And then I'm just going to drag it right down this side, just like this. Right down the side. Come back over here, pick up a little bit more. I'm going back up to my poppy stem. I don't want to paint it on top of my black because I don't really want it to look like I tried to cover up my black and it didn't work. I want to just embrace the black. And I'm choosing one side of the stem. So all of it's going to be on one side, just kind of like we did with the white that we already have on there. It adds a lot, right? Just adding a little bit of the green and yellow, or the green that I told y'all to get, does add a lot. And you can use whatever you've got. Just get this sort of a glowy green color. If you heard someone gagging, that's Matt, who's decided to brush his teeth. He always gags when he brushes his teeth. Okay, so now you can take this sort of glowy green color that you've got going on and you can highlight a little bit around your flower if you want. So I'm just mixing right here on my drop cloth a little bit of the green and a little bit of the yellow, and it's around the stems, but I want to come up here and I'm going to wipe off a little bit. Where it's around my stem, I'm just kind of bringing it off to the right a little bit too. It just keeps it from being so hard on the stem. You can just kind of fill this area in like that. See how it just ends here and this one kind of glows behind it? So you can do the same thing up here. It just helps embrace that flower a little bit. If you want to do it on the other side, you can. Really helps the flower to stand out. And I think I used, like y'all were around, I think I used a little bit of peacock as well. So we can add some of that too. So I'm going to dip my brush here in a little bit of peacock. It's very dry. So I'm going to spray it a little bit with my sprayer. I'm going to get it and do the same thing, kind of dab it out on the drop cloth next to me. And now I'm going to bring this in on the other side of the stem.
Jody says these flowers are so dramatic against the white background. And Juana says that's why it's Florida orange mixed with the red would brighten it. Or yes, it brightens it.
Okay, well I may do that one. I'll let you know if I do that. No, I didn't have any Florida orange out here. I just had the yellow, and I thought the red and the yellow would do the same thing. But, I mean, it did a little bit. I want it more orangey. But that's something I'll do. I'll do afterwards. So we've got green coming down on one side, And I'm just working in, not a whole lot, just a little bit of this pretty brighter blue. I mean, it's amazing, the difference. It really does kind of wake it up. You don't want to make it too streaky or stripy, but so I've got green coming down on one side of the stems and blue on the other. Wherever you feel like you want to add a little bit, honestly. Up here, I forgot green on that other side, so let me go get some. A little green on this side. A little blue on this side. What y'all think?
I like it.
And you, I mean, even if...
I forgot the one that kind of arches.
Which one?
Arches down on your left.
This? This?
Oh, the bulb in between.
This?
Are you screwing with me?
No, I'm not. I don't know what you're talking about. This? This?
Yes.
Oh. Well, I was doing something else with my paint over here. I was adding a little bit of...
Juana says it's looking pretty.
You just kind of play with it. Now I've got a little bit of peacock and a little bit of white on my scrubby. Kind of scrubbing those out. Let's see if I want to add a little bit of that just to kind of brighten it up in between. I just encourage you to play with the paints that you've got. Kind of take a break, stand back from it. You know, last night I said I needed to go to bed and kind of think about it. Which one were you talking about, babe? This one right here?
Yeah.
Oh, the green part?
Yeah.
You're right. You're so right. Yeah. Is that better?
Yeah.
Better, baby?
Now it's balanced. Good job. And
But
the stem that's attached to the lowest flower.
Oh, shoot. I didn't do my little base here either. But also I have stems below here that I need to go do. So let me just get a little bit of green and yellow mixed in.
That doesn't look like a weird flower anymore.
Are you having guilt?
No.
No? Thank you.
No, but that coffee is so strong it tastes awful.
What?
It's got cinnamon and something else in it.
So I have more stems down here, guys, but I'm stopping right here with y'all. So I think really all that I'm lacking is adding that fire. Add that fire to it. I just got to find the right orange or try what Juana said by adding some Florida orange. But you will love both of these, this and the sunflower, when we do, after tomorrow night when we finish, we'll do our final splatter. And you'll really like that. But I'm not going to splatter this until I get the orange added.
One comment,
Yes.
one question.
Yes.
The far stem on the far right is really dark. And Kathy says, when do we use easy peasy? Once it's dry?
Yes. So I think they're talking about this in between here.
Yeah.
Yes. Was Kathy here last night? Were you here last night?
I don't think so.
Okay. So I talk about the denim, like the whole process, like when it's done as well, in last night's video. So, you will let this dry, then you're going to sand off, which I showed you last night. It's a sanding pad, and you don't scrub it. You start at the top and rub your way down, and it'll break it up, make it softer. You got to wait till it's dry. Then you're going to follow up with your medium point oil-based marker, and you're going to go in here and you're going to outline your flower everywhere. That also changes the look a lot. And then once all of that's dry, then you put a hot cloth, like a pillowcase or something over it, and you heat set it with an iron. And then when you're done, you can come in with your Easy Peasy spray wax and Sorry, I'm adding my green and yellow.
To finish, it just keeps it from moving.
It keeps it from washing out. Yeah.
Kathy was there last night. She says, yes, I forgot.
Oh, okay. That's okay. That's okay. How's this? Lightening this up for you guys?
Yes. I would have Clint volume that.
That was you? I thought someone else was telling me.
That
That was you?
I was thinking the same thing.
Oh my gosh. That was your dad. For sure. A little bit of turquoise. So I think we are going to call it a night, guys. We went over, what time is it, babe?
It's 9.
Oh my gosh.
8:20.
Okay. Well, that's perfect. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. I think Matt's probably going to leave. Here, baby, can you take this? Huh?
I don't have to leave before you say goodbye.
I think Matt's going to take that. I'm probably going to stand up and stretch. I've been sitting for a really long time and get a snack, and then I'm probably going to come back over here and see if I can get some fire. I do feel like it does have like a moonlit glow to it, but it's lacking a little bit of fire. So if I figure that out when I post photos of it, I'll let you know what I did, but that's what I'm going to do. And I think that's it. Does anyone have any questions before we go? Any last minute questions? Are y'all going to be tired of painting flowers after tonight when we meet tomorrow for the anemone? The anemone's easy, really easy and fun because it's basically just denim and white. And I may have to go to the Gap and buy some overalls because I don't really want to paint them on this funky.
It's not that dark like the others.
I know, but I want that.
Yeah.
I may have to.
Says thank you so much.
May have to run to the Gap.
Where are you planning to add the fire?
Let me show you. Hand me that, babe.
Susie said no thanks.
No thanks. What?
I don't know. Maybe no thanks for asking if she's gonna be sick of fire.
Oh yeah. See the difference?
Tracy, thank you, says Liz, and another great class.
So this is like, I don't know if you've ever used a furniture transfer, but if you use a furniture transfer on over a black piece of furniture, it loses its light. And so they always say, oh, for decoupage or furniture transfers, use white behind it. Well, this is the difference in painting over this. Now, this doesn't look too different from that, but look at it. Look at the difference in this denim. Like, that's a big difference. So it changed. I used all the same paint colors. All the same paint colors. And it's completely different. So I'm hoping most of y'all are on light, and this is what you're getting versus this.
That still looks good.
I know it does, but it's super moody.
Yeah, but, you know, there's a lot of people.
It's making me sad.
Bye.
I'm kidding. It's making me sad. It makes me feel dark.
Bye, guys.
And Jury, thank you, baby. I love you. Have fun. Tell the guys I said hi. Here you go. This makes me happy. This makes me heavy. I'm going to lighten it up. Somehow. Anyway, guys, thank y'all so much for being here tonight. This was fun. I will see y'all. Oh, wait, just push in, babe, because otherwise I have to get up and go around.
Oh, yeah.
I will see y'all tomorrow night at 6 o'clock right here. Hopefully we'll not have like a drama phone call right beforehand, and I'll be on time, 6 o'clock tomorrow, okay? Y'all have a wonderful, it's Friday, right? No, Saturday. What's today? Friday?
Today is Friday. Susie says, no, not tired of flowers. Vicky says, thank you. Won't be here tomorrow, but I love the class.
Thank you,
Lana,
Vicky.
It's not popping by Matt. Liz, the dark is moody, but in a dramatic way. And Jody says it's very rock and roll.
Oh, I kind of like that. Now, I haven't thought about it being rock and roll, Jody.
There's comments there.
Okay, well, I'm just going to have you push by.
Okay.
Thank you, Studio of Troy. Thank you so much. I love you guys, and we'll see y'all tomorrow night. Okay? Bye.
Bye.